The reality is most sales reps make a lot of money for 5 to 10 years, but then look back and wonder where it all went. Or they very likely have a very average outcome for the very extraordinary amount of money they were making for a period in their life. This is a trap that I see in my meetings, in my DMs, in my comment sections every single day. If you guys don't know, my name is Aaron Shablosky. I'm founding Sales Rep Tax Strategy, a tax strategy firm specifically for 1099 sales reps and home service business owners this summer to help you guys save money on taxes and build your wealth. And right now we're in our beta stage where we help all of our clients that are in our pipeline right now get their systems in place, and we start to evaluate their situation to see how we can help people best once we launch. What I've noticed is that it doesn't matter what young people do. They win the lottery, they go to the NFL, they become a great singer, okay? They do any of those things, or they knock doors and they make a ton of money, and then they end up blowing it. They make a lot of money, but they don't actually own anything. Now, specifically, there are 3 things that I have seen end up killing sales reps with their income. So one is that they just get taxed like crazy. I mean, if you don't know, you owe 15% self-employment tax. You're going to owe up to 37% in income and up to 15% in state income tax. When you start making real money, like 300, 400, 500, 800 grand, you're going to get smacked in the face. The second thing is that the income's too volatile. If you work for 4 months out of the year, like the reality is you just have to learn to make that money spread over a year. And this is a big problem for guys because they have all this money in their bank account and they don't understand how to budget it over the course of a year. And also, a lot of people just aren't disciplined, and I would recommend still work in the off season. You can do other things. And then the third thing is that they own no assets. The money stops when they stop. And so we try to solve this by finding assets that will provide cash flow that will make their income less volatile, lower their tax bill, and then grow their wealth to the point where they have assets to where they don't need to work forever. And so in this video, I want to outline the 3 most common ways that I see sales reps go from just being a sales rep, making good money, to actually building real wealth. And I'll explain some of the frameworks behind the decision-making, behind what route you should go for if you're in this position, and then on top of that, the benefits and trade-offs of each. So number 1, by far and large, and the one that I recommend almost every single person do, is get into real estate. Now, the thing is you can't just buy real estate and think that it's going to solve all your problems. There's a specific way that you need to go about it with a tax advisor and a realty team, because you likely won't get the tax benefits if you don't structure it the right way. Now, the reason why I like real estate for sales reps, as opposed to just why I like it for every single person because of the investment and tax benefits, is because it gives sales reps the opportunity to have basically a side job, especially if they're running an Airbnb like we do for a lot of our clients in our firm, but it doesn't run their whole life. And so it's a really good middle ground between running a full-time business, but also having a passive investment. And I think that this is really powerful, right? Because when you're in sales, you're a rainmaker, and I want to keep you a rainmaker. Like when we're working together, the last thing I want to do is try to encourage you to go down a route that pulls you away from doing what you do best, which is close deals. Likely, the time that you spend closing deals is going to provide more income than an investment will. But we want to make sure that we invest properly so that way we don't have to sell forever. Now, I won't get into the different tax benefits of real estate investing. I do that in a lot of other videos, but the basic rundown that I'll give you is that through strategies such as short-term rentals, bonus depreciation, and a cost segregation study, we could take, say, a $100,000 investment and turn that into a $100,000 to $200,000 tax write-off in year 1 against your 1099 income. Meaning that if you made $200,000 in sales income, potentially with one investment, we could wipe out that entire tax bill if we structured it correctly. By far the most common path that we see, and I commonly recommend that you do it. Just make sure you get the right team around you. Get a tax advisor, even if it's not me, and get a realtor that is money at executing these deals. And don't be afraid to pay them well. Path number 2 is building a home service business. Likely, if you're a door knocker, or even if you come from the insurance space, a lot of times this is really good for guys because the model is very simple and they're already used to generating leads this way. When you're in a home service business, everybody that owns a home is your market. And so because of that, you have a large market that you can go extract and just try to self-generate leads from. A lot of times, guys already pretty much understand the model, or at least the client acquisition funnel of this, which is great, but there is some downsides with the operations side. Now, the reason why I do like this for a lot of our sales reps and them getting into this type of structure is because now every single time that they sell a client, they own the lifetime value. They don't just get a commission. And so they have that client relationship for as long as they can service that client for. And I think that there's a lot of value in the ownership and the owning of the brand that you're selling for. So generally, this is the transition that we try to get guys to make. Now, I will say this can be a very bumpy path. A lot of times when you switch to the side of being a CEO as opposed to a sales representative, the problem that you run into to is that your job looks a lot different on the day-to-day. Now you're worried about client relations. Now you're worried about product and fulfillment and inventory and managing the service and posting content and all of these other things that matter when you're building a business. But those things you might not be thinking about when you're on the inside. Now, I have seen a lot of really cool structures where people can JV or like joint venture with an operator and a sales rep, and the sales rep builds out the client acquisition and the operator runs the operations. And then in this structure, they're building the business, except now that sales rep owns 50% of the company and they're actually building equity. I find a ton of value in this, and this is a great path to go. You just have to understand that you might take a dip in income and you might not quite be the rainmaker that you once were when you switch into this role. Now, path number 3, and this is what I absolutely love, and I love that you can combine this with the other ones, but it is doing content and starting consulting. Now, obviously people get a lot of hate for selling courses, which I personally don't understand, because sales is an extremely valuable skill. And it is only becoming more valuable in the age of AI. Nowadays, things like human relations and the ability to persuade and convey your value proposition are more important than ever. And so if you have the proof of you are making absurd amounts of money selling, and you can show that to other people, well, now you have an asset in and of itself, which is an audience. And there are a million ways to monetize an audience. So I highly recommend that you start doing content, and that opens up a whole nother world of tax deductions. But then on top of that, you can start building out a consulting firm where you teach people how to do what you do in terms of sales. What's nice is this can also combine with like an agency model where you're recruiting reps, but sometimes I like this more because you're just getting paid. You don't have to worry about the direct development of actually selling that person's sales in terms of your business. I don't know if that made sense, but it can just get kind of complicated and you have to build out a downline. There's a lot more to that as opposed to just charging a consulting fee. Now, I want to make something very clear though. What is common about all 3 of these paths that is so valuable? The thing is that all of these are massive tax shelters. I mean, each of these things individually can open up a massive world of tax benefits on top of the fact that they're building your wealth at the same time. And so what I try to always work with guys on is the first thing I'm asking them is, what is your path out of door to door? What is your path out of life insurance sales? Because the reality is, if you're not building a massive downline under you, which in reality, guys churn, those guys are going to be leaving door to door in a few years. So that route isn't going to last you forever. It's going to increase your income for a period of time, but eventually if you only get into the recruiting game, that's fine, but you're a recruiter and you don't ever own the reps under you because reps are going to leave, build downlines under themselves. You can make a lot of money, but everybody will churn out at some point. And so it's still an ending game. And so that's why I prefer guys get into really stone cold hard assets. Like we talked about, real estate is a hard asset. Business, you own the brand, you own the client relationships. That is a hard asset. You can bring salespeople in there and still play the recruiting game, but you own the hard asset of the business and all the equipment and stuff within it. And then the third thing is content and consulting. And the thing that's so valuable about that is the fact that you own your audience. There is so much value in attention nowadays. All the time you hear it's an attention currency, all of that. And if you have the ability to show people your abilities online, they will follow that and attract to you. And all of these have the ability to wipe out your tax bill and grow your wealth. So if you're in sales and you're thinking, I really want to make that jump. I want to make that jump from I earn money and I make money to I'm wealthy. Well, if that's you, click the link below. It'll take you to the website and you'll be able to click a button that'll have you book a meeting with me. Right now, what we'll do before the summer starts, or if you're watching this later on, we can still set this up for you, is we'll get the base systems in place. And then once it comes July of 2026, we will go in and start implementing tax strategy for you. If you're watching this after July 2026, well, click the same link and you will be able to get full service tax strategy from us to lower your tax bill legally by 50 to 100% and discuss how are we going to build your wealth for the future. I'm so excited. I'm so passionate about what I do. I love helping this type of person. I remember building my door-to-door business and I know the path out, and so I help people do the same thing. Awesome. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.